Let's do Florida concealed carry. So Florida is a shall issue permitless carry state. This took effect on July 1st, 2023, meaning anybody who is 21 years or older and legally allowed to conceal carry can now do so without a permit. We do not allow those who are between the ages of 18 and 20 to have a firearm on their person, but they can be in possession of it while in the car. We don't require licensing or background checks for private sales. You just have to know that that person is not a felon when you're selling it to them. Florida is not a full constitutional carry state because open carry is only allowed in limited circumstances, hunting, fishing, or camping. We do issue non-residence license for those who want one. And in terms of reciprocity, we will respect the state that has a reciprocity agreement with us. So if you honor ours, we'll honor yours. Florida is a castle doctrine state with no duty to retreat and a stand your ground clause. When it comes to use of force, you are allowed to threaten or use force if you believe it is reasonably necessary to stop unlawful force being used against you. Deadly force is only allowed to stop the commission of a forcible felony, whether it is happening to you or to somebody else. When it comes to protection of the home, if somebody breaks into your home in Florida, you are allowed to use deadly force to defend your castle in that situation. The same thing applies for a car. A car is an extension of your dwelling in Florida, so if somebody tries to carjack you, you are justified in using deadly force. However, you're not justified in using deadly force if you're not inside of the car while they're trying to break into it. At that point, you would have to resort to force. With our concealed weapon license, you're not just limited to handguns. You can also carry electronic weapons, devices, tasers, stun guns, knives, or billies. We have no magazine limits in Florida, but we do prohibit armor-piercing bullets. The minimum age to conceal carry is 21, but you can be in lawful possession of a firearm during transportation or during firearm events if you're 18 and up. You're typically not allowed to go inside places that are designated to dispense alcohol for consumption on premise. But if you wanted to go to ale house, sit at a high table or booth and order a beer with your drink, that is perfectly fine. You just couldn't sit at the bar and do it. The only hotels that could stop you from bringing a firearm on property is Disney. And you are allowed to carry in national and state parks. Granted, you're not allowed to go inside the museums on their property. No employer can stop you from bringing a firearm on their parking lot as long as you keep it inside of the car. There is no public access to our concealed carry registry, although law enforcement does have access, and our driver's license is not linked to our concealed carry license in Florida. When it comes to brandishing, you can be charged with improper exhibition of a firearm if you pull it out in an attempt to intimidate the other party. Our no weapons allowed signs are not enforced unless they have Florida Statute 79006, U.S. Title Code 18 or 790 written on them. When it comes to preemption, the state has full preemption over it, and if any local municipalities try to violate that, they will be fined $5,000. There are red flag laws in Florida. The Florida concealed carry permit does not exempt you from a background check. They're always run if you're purchasing from a licensed FFL. And without a concealed carry license in Florida, there is a 3-day wait, and it's a 5-day wait in Dade County. And in Florida, we do not register firearms in any way, shape, or form. So if you're coming from New York or any of those New England states and you bring your firearm here, there is no registration. You're good to just have it on your person. Just make sure you watch this video so you know what you're doing.